Lakers from the championship
There
teams
you
done showed
go.
up. We got Derek Fisher and Shaquille O'Neal in the building.
All right, Dawkins G. He's still running his mouth about Kobe Bryant because guess what? We're live. It's what's the day? It's April 13th, and we're talking about tips for any business. And today we're going to talk about Mamba Day, which is Kobe Bryant. For those who don't know, Kobe Bean Bryant, and he is. We're going to talk about some of those steps he said that you need for success. So I'm Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, one of the middle class millionaires. This is our office hour. We're going 8, 24, 20, all Kobe, and we're going to mix in a little bit of Steph Curry because he's going for 400. So we're going to let the brothers on the line introduce themselves. Let's go.
Well, this is
What's going on,
Dawkins.
everybody? Oh,
Oh, go ahead, go ahead, Joe.
good evening, everybody. This is Residual Joe from whatyourschools.don't teach you.net. We're just here to celebrate Kobe Day and the middle class millionaires. Good evening, everybody.
This is Dawkins G from Residual Networks. Learn, lead, and leverage. Welcome to the Middle Class Millionaires Office Hour. It's Kobe's last game, so pay some respect.
This rock solo from Philly. You in or you out? Out.
Yeah, hey, Mr. D from Mr. DNA Vacation.com. Getting ready to get it in. Let's go.
And we're going to give a shout out to Mr. Sharif, feeling a little under the weather. We definitely don't need no virus while we online. You know what I'm saying? So give a shout out, Mr. Sharif, and we'll see him on the next call.
Dream to Reality Academy.
Oh yeah, from Dream to Reality Academy, where they
Educate, execute, and earn.
there you go. So we talked about Kobe Bryant. We gave it three numbers. He started off with number 8, went to 24, and now there's 20 years in the game. So I don't have a special significance for 8, except that hey, you can take. It only really take. I would say you only need 8 people. If you have 8 people that's going to be willing to put in the hard work and do what they have to do on the business, guess what? You can make it. You can make it in any business, right? You don't need 1,000 people, especially 1,000 people standing around doing nothing. That means you're going to get nothing. But when we talk about the number 24, we know it's 24 hours in a day. Everybody know that already, right? Everybody know you gotta be putting in work. You gotta be about work all day, every day. And then he put in that 20. We could go into whatever business that we in. We could tell you that those businesses can most definitely get started with at least $20. You learn how to put $20 inside one of these businesses that's online. There's a lot of them starting for $20 and less. You can put in, and you can scale it to whatever with those same 8 people. So when we're talking about Kobe, he gave 10. He said, "This is my top 10 steps for success." Look, I had to go back to the old notebook, like the front cover gone off the old notebook. I don't even have a cover on here. This is my $1 million notebook from last year, so I'm working on my. Because remember, the financial advisor said I need $2.2 million. So this the new book. So you got a back and front cover. Old book is just all kinds of papers and stuff hanging out. Look at that. There it is right there. So the first thing Kobe said of how to be successful in the NBA or anywhere in your life. You can type it in on Periscope too. Uh, he said, number 1, make sacrifices. We're going to get a response from, let's take 2 people about making sacrifices.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
When you work in your business, if you put as much time into working your business as people put into working their job, I think they have a higher success rate in being successful. As Kobe says, You wasn't with me when we were shooting in the gym. So if you take that time out to be successful and to push your businesses, so you have a better success rate in being successful. Most people, all they know is to work their job 8 hours, 9 to 5, but they don't take that same time to work their business. So if you take that time out to work your business, you got a better chance of being successful.
That's right. Anybody want to step up and make sacrifices for second response?
Well, I'm always ready to talk. This is Dawkins G. Um, Sacrifice. Ultimately, when you get into business, particularly if you're an entrepreneur, shout out to Kobe Bryant. 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. You don't get the rest on the weekends if you're an entrepreneur. But as far as the sacrifice goes, a lot of people understand sacrifice means that you are giving up or cutting back or using differently some resource in your life that you really want or like. You can't sacrifice anything that you didn't want or didn't need. It's not really a sacrifice. Ultimately, you don't want to sacrifice anything superficially. Shooting yourself in the foot. There's people who will put their rent money on roulette tables. That's just not wise. That's not a sacrifice. That's stupid. You have to think about what the results are going to be. What is it that you're trying to achieve? What goal are you trying to reach? You have to have a purpose for any sacrifice that you're going to make. Now, as it relates to business, we could be talking about your time. We could be talking about money for as far as expenses. This $20 for your website. You'll never see that $20 again. But now you'll have a location, a web address to send people to, so that they can make connection with you. You can develop relationships. Ultimately, if you don't make any sacrifices, what kind of changes are you really expecting in your life? What kind of results are you really going to expect from your business? It makes the victory sweeter if the struggle is hard.
All right, that's what I'm talking about, fellas. So I guess to help everybody move through this in a smooth transition, because the brothers on the panel, guess what? They winging it. I already got my notes. I already have my notes written down, but they don't really have an idea about what's going to happen, what's to be said. So let's give them a heads up so they get time to think. We're going to say what the top 10 was from Kobe. That Red Lobster commercial looking real good right now. But besides that, he said number 1, make sacrifices. Number 2, one move at a time. Number 3, trust your skills. Number 4, use your scars as a weapon. Number 5, focus on each day. Number 6, don't be afraid of confrontation. Number 7, be competitive when it's hard. Number 8, just keep going. Number 9, oh, hold up, that was number 8. It was on a different line. So it was be competitive when it's hard, so just keep going. Number 9, thrive on being an outsider. And number 10, compete with yourself. I know when we get to number 9, the people going to be going in on that. Right. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Sharif. People, you definitely get that lack of sleep. That's the lack of sleep when you're making that sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice sleep if you're keeping your 9 to 5 job while you're still trying to scale online. So that's a little input from Mr. Sharif with that. And so we did number 1. We had our 2 people. If we could keep it under 1 minute. I could get my clock, get my timer out. We're gonna keep it under 1 minute response, and then we could probably circle back around. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll put 5 minutes on the clock, and everybody get 1 minute to reflect. If I find my clock app, my stopwatch app, or whatever it is. All right, so go ahead with number 2. One move at a time. You could definitely talk about, some of us want to talk about certain businesses. Some of us won't, but this is your time. And clock started. One move at a time. So one move at a time. We talked about some of it. We have that goal: 10 programs, $10 of income, uh, $10 a day. So 10 programs, $10 of income each day. That's $100 a day, right? One move at a time. You don't attack 10 of them at the same time. You take one at a time. So open the floor, fellas. Let's go. See, I knew it was gonna be a distracting day with the
Well,
games on.
uh, it's Dawkins G. I will say one step at a time. Ultimately, if you're watching the Middle Class Millionaires and you stuck around through this video this far, um, there is something in particular that you're looking for. Maybe some information that's going to put some pieces together so you can have that aha moment, and all of a sudden, you'll start making money online. Um, but one step at a time means you have to start where you are with what you have. I don't think that you should wait to take action um, because you've been equipped with certain skills, you've been equipped with certain resources where you can take action today to find out what you need. Ultimately, we all needed internet payment processors before we could join some of these opportunities, before we could participate in some of these investment opportunities. Well, uh, most of us have probably never done that before, and now all of us have cryptocurrency accounts. We got internet payment processors, multiple processors, um, things like that. There's steps to this, and at the very beginning, it's not going to be difficult, but it's absolutely necessary to build a strong foundation. Um, don't wait until you have all the information, because the information you need, you'll gather in the next step. There's no better teacher than experience.
Thank you very much. Let's see if we get somebody else to respond. Let me see where you guys are at. Rock Solar, Mr. D, or Residual Joe.
One day at a time. You just take it day by day. If you're following the Millionaires Millionaires on social networks, if you're following us on Google Hangout, you can see our proof and our progress. So if you just join our team and one day at a time, we'll just lead you by the way. Just listen to the leaders that's on the panel on this call, and we can show you the way without you making so many mistakes being out there by yourself. And so I know I've tried different business ventures on my own, but if I had a sponsor and a better guide, I would have made less mistakes. So one at a time, you just follow us on these calls, and you can follow the pattern to make a million now.
All right, because we setting it up that we're not stopping with just $100 a day. We're taking one move at a time. Mr. Sharif already said. Mr. Sharif said it. He said you gotta plan your next move like it's chess. You can't be playing checkers out here. You gotta plan accordingly, man. And if your plan is poor, guess what? Dawkins G know. I know it. Poor prior planning produces piss poor production. Piss poor production don't do nothing but produce poor. You're gonna be poor or you're gonna be in pain. So why would you stop there, right? So let's go to number 3. I gotta reset the timer now. Number 3, they said Kobe said you gotta trust your skills. You gotta trust your skills. So when I hear about trust your skills, I'm just like, okay, they not. We got to go out and we got to develop some new skills. Everybody has to take that time out of their life and develop new skills. But guess what? You got to also utilize the skills that you already have. If you're not internet or computer savvy, guess what? You can go out and talk to somebody. if you're not big on talking, maybe you want to hide behind making a capture page and stuff like that. So it's ways you have something already that's going to help you scale your business. You just gotta figure it out, and you gotta expose it and utilize it. Like me, I'm running. I'm trying to pay attention to the game. I got the hangout and I got the Periscope running. I guess that's one of my skills, but I'm not the greatest talker in the world. You'll know. You'll know if you talk to me long enough. So let's open it up. Uh, I want to see what you guys think. Trusting your skills. One of Kobe's, Mama Day. One of his things he said, you gotta trust in your skills. Go ahead, Dawkins. Yeah, I know you want to say something.
Of course. I mean, um, trusting your skills. Ultimately, it's kind of what I mentioned before. It's about starting where you are. You're going to take an inventory of what you have. Of course, we have online opportunities, but even if you're in network marketing, you have to look at the name of that industry. It's network marketing. If you have no idea what marketing is, that's something that you need to research. That's going to be a skill that's necessary for you. Marketing is different from prospecting. It's funny how when you join a network marketing program, all of their training teaches you how to prospect people. It's not network prospecting, it's network marketing. Um, but trust in the relationships that you can have and will develop. Um, we strive for personal development. Uh, the better we are, the more integrity that we have, the more honest that we can be with anybody that we're developing business relationships with, the better the results will be for everybody. The better the experience will be for everybody. So in that, you're going to, follow a good mentor. You want a mentor that has your interests at heart. There's a lot of people out here that could lead you the wrong way, and I don't think it's on purpose all the time. A lot of times, certain leaders can't teach you anything they haven't learned themselves. So you want to be mindful of that. You want to evaluate the people that are giving you information. Um, but starting where you are is important. Getting started. The hardest part about making money online, becoming an entrepreneur, freeing yourself from the rat race, is taking action and getting started. If you listen to this hangout this long, you deserve to be invested and you deserve to be earning this income.
Thank you very much, Dawkins G. Any other brother on the line want to respond? All right, we can move on to the next one then, because we definitely have 10 of them. We want to get everybody's opinion on there. Uh, Mr. Sharif definitely was chiming in on this before. He said, when you trust in your skills, you got to use the skills you have until you develop the new ones. And you should always be developing new ones. I know that people want to say, what do I be talking about? And we want to make sure we're well-rounded for all business minds. But I also got to learn about when was business successful for people of my background. When was it successful? How did it become successful? How will they maintain that success? Because, look, I'm not anti. That's right. I'm not anti anybody else. But what I do want to know is, I want to know rules to the game. We talked about the game, money game yesterday. Look what came in the mail today. I'm probably going to actually. Every time I try to get it on audio, it failed. So maybe I might challenge myself to put it on audio so I can add it to our library, because I didn't get the digital copy. I got the paperback, so I might read it and add it to our library that's in the Middle Class Millionaire library. So I see that Mr. D, you're back. You have any views on trusting your skills? Well, he just making noise. All right, so
Any views on trusting your skills? Is that what you said?
yeah, trust your skills.
Oh, that's a must. When it comes to trusting your skills, if you don't trust in your skills, is just as important as trusting yourself. If you don't have that belief in your own skills and yourself, you're not going to be able to perform up to the standard you need to perform. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who wants to do anything in the game, if they don't trust in their skills, then they don't have the competency to go out there and to be able to overcome any of the obstacles. You got people coming up there, they're staring at you, they're looking at you crazy, you know, they finna shut you down. You gotta have some type of confidence, or anything or anybody can shake you out of what you going on, what you trying to do. So when it comes to trusting your own skills, trusting your own abilities, it's a must. You can't step in the game unless you trust yourself.
There you go, man. Definitely, definitely, that's a must. So let's go ahead to the next one. Let's see if we get everybody to chime in on this. We said make sacrifices. We said one move at a time. We talked about trust your skills. But this is one that I know everyone on here can relate to, because at some point in time, you talked about this. Use your scars as a weapon. Use your scars as a weapon. I failed at other business opportunities. I failed selling juice. I failed at selling insurance. I failed with my strategies and ethics, because sometimes I just went on and paid. I went and paid for like 72 people to get in one business before, and guess what? It failed because I did it for them. They didn't do it. They didn't want to do it themselves, and that's now I could use that to move forward. I'm gonna use that to move to the next step, because now I can see it. I can see clearly now that I had to find. You hear it all the time. It might sound cliche because you hear it all the time. Find like-minded individuals. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of us on here and we all black men. I don't find that to be a coincidence, because that's what we attract from each other. But we do have other partners all over the world. But it just so happen that people who have the desire to get on this call just happen to all look alike. We would be happy to bring somebody else into the fold, but it just didn't work that way. It's just not working that way at this time. But we will expand. But as of right now, because we're all pursuing the same thing, because we're all going that, we're using what happened in the past to move on to a new future. So you guys can step up using your scars as a weapon.
Life, I'll take it. Life's the greatest teacher that you can ever come across. And in these businesses, you got to learn from your mistakes. Like you said, and you made mistakes in your businesses. I'm sure you wouldn't make those same mistakes twice in these businesses. That's why you just need to continuously follow us on the Middle Class Millionaires, so you won't make those same mistakes that you made in previous business ventures. Because you got to learn. You got to take steps forward in order to be successful. If you don't learn from your mistakes and those scars that you made in life.
Very good, man, because we all have different life experiences.
Let's
Um,
go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the Middle Class Millionaires office hour. Anyway, I'll put my 2 cents in. Um, I would never want to take instruction or orders from a general with no scars. You gotta think about that. If the people that you're listening to haven't done what it is that you're trying to achieve, how can they instruct you if they've never been there? Right? Going there can't tell been there how to get there. Does that make any sense? If there's someone, and then there's also a difference between a mentor and a boss, right? Um, a mentor is not your friend. I need you to know that. So when you're evaluating the people who are going to educate you financially or educate you in opportunities, a mentor is not your friend. Your friends love you for who you are. Your mentor should love you too much to let you stay the way you are. Your friends will share your problems. but your mentor has your solutions. It's definitely a difference, and it's very profound. Um, your mentors will challenge you. You'll know someone's your mentor when the relationship is I don't want to say strained, but they're always pushing you to do more or do better, produce better results because they see the potential in you and they know that you can do it. But if they haven't failed at anything, how will they be able to tell you how to recover? You know, there's a lot of people teaching a lot of different philosophies and techniques, and they're teaching you techniques that have failed. So how can you expect to get success? So you want to evaluate people's results. Everybody in the middle class millionaires on this call is currently making money online, and that's a fact. And just think about that. It always wasn't the case. We had to go through different trials and learn our lessons in order to get where we are today. And we're not done. Um, I don't think I'll ever be done. I love making passive income. Anybody else?
Yeah, amen to that. Passive income, most definitely, I'm on to that, and I really love what you're talking about. Following a leader without those scars, you know, you gotta have those scars because you gotta have those things that have helped shape you and help prove you. And so I know drawing strength from your scars, drawing strength from those mistakes. One, you want to follow somebody who makes some mistakes because one, we're okay. For us, it is for us to err. You know, we're gonna err sometimes. So, but it's important for you to err so that way you can make sure that you learn from that. That's where you're gonna gain true strength. Everyone always knows that if something is worth doing right. Well, I've heard it said that something that is worth doing wrong first. So if it's worth doing wrong first, why is it going to be worth doing wrong first? Because you're not going to be an expert at it when you first begin. You're not going to be that professional. You're going to have those scars, those battle wounds. But also when you get those battle wounds and those scars, that's also going to make you not be afraid. It's going to take that fear out of you because it's like playing football. When you get hit, when you at practice and you get hit so many times, then you start losing the fear of being hit. That's what allows you to go out in the game and do your best because now you don't have the fear of being hit because we've all watched the football games before. Somebody's scared of getting hit, so they run out of bounds. They stop them before they could have made the play. All these different things is happening. Those people who are scared of getting hit don't make those game-winning plays, point blank and period. So when you want to gain this strength from your scars, you want to perfect yourself in casting out fear. You want to be able to gain the strength and learn from these mistakes. And matter of fact, don't just learn from your mistakes. When you do have a mentor, learn from their mistakes. That's why you want someone with scars, because they can teach you how to do it right, and they can also show you the example of what wrong looked like. So in case you're heading that direction, that path, they can say, hey, I've been there, done that already. Save you the scars from that one. You can move on, go a little bit faster. But having those scars, having that times where you already erred, hey, it perfects you. It prepares you to go out and rock in the game. It helps you cast out that fear, which is what you're going to really need to succeed at higher levels.
Way to wrap that up. You right on point with that one. So now we get into, we said make sacrifices. We said one move at a time. Trust your skills. Use your scars as a weapon. And now we're talking about focus on each day. I mean, you got to have a plan each day of how to go forward and what you're doing. Because, like we said, when we talked about using your scars, I listened to those people's scars. They failed for 5 years online. I failed for 5 months online because I listened to everything they did wrong to make sure my learning curve didn't go out and around. It just it stayed in bounds. So how do we focus on each day, and how does that make us better in our business? Focusing on each day.
I go ahead and I'll start off with this one right now. Focusing on each day. Okay. First of all, when you focus on each day, it allows you to gain strength for each day. Because whether you have victories or whether you have defeats, you're going to be able to cast both things off. Why do you want to be able to cast both off? Why you want to be able to cast off both the victories, Warren? Because I know that's the biggest question. Cast off those victories, because if you too caught up on your yesterday's victory, you won't focus on what you need to do today. You won't focus on what you need to do tomorrow. So you want to cast some of that off. Okay, focus on today. And of course, the losses. We know you don't want to be sitting there licking your scars, licking your wounds, feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, woe is me. You ain't gonna get up. You ain't gonna go out and do nothing. You're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be wanting somebody to feel sorry for you, and you're gonna want to quit. So go ahead and you're gonna get to the sideline. You're gonna sit down. And you're gonna quit. But that ain't what we want you to do. So that's why we're going to be telling you, focus on the day. Focus on the things at hand. Okay, each day, begin again. Begin anew each day. You still got the same mission. You need to get out there and make something happen each day. And you should be making at least one thing happen for yourself to be better each day. Never stop learning. Never stop progressing. Always be better. I go on the concept, I want to be better than I was a second ago. So right now, y'all just heard me say that. I'm better than I was right then. I'm already better. I'm getting better by the second. Better by the second. Every time throughout the day, I'm continuously getting better.
There you have it, folks. I mean, you touched on a great point. We heard it on The Dark Knight. We know people watch that movie, The Dark Knight, and Bane told Batman, "Victory has defeated you." Don't let victory defeat you, and don't let the failures defeat you. I mean, quick input before the next person talk. If you ever
I
heard of the cleaning product Formula 409, they failed 408 times before they found a cleaner product they wanted to bottle and sell. That's why it's Formula 409. Residual Joe, you up?
Yeah, you gotta take it like if you look at it like the NBA, you gotta take it one game at a time. You gotta take it one day at a time. You gotta look at it as a 82 game season. You're gonna have highs and you're gonna have lows, but you gotta continue to just push on through the day and make progress. And so you just gotta keep going and realize your goal you have set ahead for yourself and know that you're gonna make it through.
Dawkins G, where you at?
Yeah, I was sitting back listening to uh, all the opinions of our panel, and I wonder sometimes if we realize, like, the moments that we have now and what the middle class millionaires are doing every day, the value in these days, even now, the time that we have invested in the Google Hangout. We're giving away information and any of the nuggets that we have picked up in our careers absolutely free. Like, this is value. But, people will never find it until they get their mindset right. But ultimately, the time is what kept jumping out at me. Um, if you're not ready to make moves, or you feel like you're not ready, when will you be ready? Like, this is only a question that an individual can answer. Um, I'm more of a take action and deal with the consequences later kind of guy. Um, so I just wanted to put that out there, that I appreciate every member on this panel, because in the time that we've done these hangouts, I think every individual on here has said something that sent my mind in another direction, and it's turning into dollars. I wish I could tell y'all about my results today. We'll get into that a little later, but there's things happening that have never happened to me before in any opportunity. I don't know if you guys are also experiencing that, but this year is our $1 million year for everybody on this panel.
And there it is. You ended it on a great note. I mean, I see Rock Solo unmuted, so we got to hear what he got to say.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to touch bases on everything that everybody touched on tonight. Um, I definitely agree with Dawkins when he says that everybody says something that you always hear and it always puts your mind in a different direction, and it it turns whatever ideas they had into dollars. And the things that I'm experiencing right now is what I always expect to experience. But now it, you know how when people always have those wild moments, and then they tell their story, and you be like, oh wow, this, that, and other. I know it's happening right now, and I'm hoping it's happening for everybody. I'm assuming it is right now because nobody's discouraged. Everybody has visions of becoming millionaires within 2016. Nobody sounds discouraged. Nobody sounds skeptical. Nobody sounds anything, and that was not always the case. But now everybody is on the same page. Everybody sees the big picture, and as long as everybody can stay resilient and stick to the plan, everything's going to continue to grow as we all see it grows on a daily basis. This group of people that's on this panel right now is a selected few. Is a selected few. The people that you invited to this group to start this, Aaron, you, I'm 99.9% sure you hand selected people that you want to represent this brand. The people that I introduced to the team or whatever was hand selected people because literally your mindset, your mentality, and the people that you surround yourself with, that you want to expose information with, they have to be like-minded individuals. And like I said before, we're different. We're not like everybody else. We aliens, or however you want to look at us. But there's nothing that's normal about any of us on here, and we are the odd man. Can somebody mute their line or something? 'Cause I hear an echo. Yeah, we are the odd men in the world. When we step out, when we step in any situation, we're different. Everybody want to talk about school. People want to talk about, oh, I got this job promotion. That's the last thing I want to hear. I only say congratulations because I think that's being polite. I don't know if y'all experience the same thing, but when somebody tell me they got a job promotion, I be like, that's messed up. Now you really ain't gonna get out the situation, you know. And like I said, I got a job promotion not too long. I ain't tell nobody. I don't even act like it. I don't even People don't even know I got a job probably for all I'm for as far as I can tell. But everything that y'all discussed tonight, and everything that Kobe said, because when Aaron said that we gonna do some 10 things about Kobe and stuff, I'm thinking like who's Kobe Bryant to have some sort of knowledge of what I need to know to make some money or to have my mindset correct. But the things you pointed out, everything that he says does reflect everything that we need to do in life. And as far as our business and things of that nature, um, I agree. I agree. Now, as far as using people as tools to fuel my fire in my business, to prove people wrong or whatever, um, I really don't. I mean, I really don't have that. I look more so like it's your loss at the end of the day. But then I realize everybody's not like me. So at the end of the day, you never want to be that person at the cookout nobody want to be around because they know you about to try to sell them something or try to get them involved or things of that nature. And I did experience that before, so that was something that I did learn, and I did learn that everybody can't, everybody's not built for this, because the first thing you need to have outside of a mindset and resilience and willpower is vision. If you have the vision to make yourself, if you have the vision to see yourself being this successful person, this millionaire, this billionaire, whatever you have the mindset to see, then it's going to happen. If you don't have no vision, you don't have no purpose in this, because without vision, you don't have no guidance. Regardless if a mentor tell you this or somebody say don't do this, don't do that. It doesn't matter what they say or how they say do it, because everybody's path is different. Everybody's path is different. In any of these industries, any of these businesses, especially network marketing or things of that nature, everybody started from the bottom. Everybody started from the bottom. Nobody, no, I don't see nobody as exempt or special. Everybody just have a platform that they created for themselves, and somebody else presented that legend. And when I say presenting that legend, when the reason I prospect opposed to just bring anybody in is because people want to represent you, and they want to build your reputation either in a negative way or a positive way. So if I bring Residual Joe to the table and Residual Joe don't make no money, Residual Joe going to tell people I joined Tim. I ain't make no money with him. Why would anybody ever want to join me? Regardless of the fact, why would anybody want to join me? But if Residual Joe say, "Oh, I mess with Rock Solar, I make money with Rock Solar," you need to see him. Guess what? People going to want to look forward to meeting me. People going to want to join me and stuff. So it's always important to have who you have in your business that's going to represent you, because their failures is going to be in your reputation, regardless of the fact if they didn't do. Nobody going to say, "Oh, I didn't do what I needed to do. That's why I didn't make no money." They going to say, "Oh yeah, I got down with him, and I ain't make no money." That's how it is. Nobody ever take blame. So remember, I hope I ain't get off topic too hard or anything like that. But I ain't say nothing with y'all all night. But I was listening to everything that was going on. But I'm definitely honored to be part of this group. I'm definitely honored to be working with y'all fellas, and I'm definitely happy that everybody's making money. And the thing about this, and what I do want y'all to know, it's going to get better, and it's going to get better sooner than later, because as I'm seeing this thing move, as I'm seeing how things work, Pockets is growing every day. Pockets is growing rapidly, all day, every day, around the world, around the world. So congratulations to y'all future and y'all success, and keep doing what we doing. Let's go.
It's a great way to wrap up the first five reflections of from Mamba Day, Kobe Bean Bryant, of his 10, some of his what five, the first five of his 10 rules for success. So now we're going to take the second five. So we're going to number 6. Before we move on to number 6, we got to say it one more time for those who taking notes or those who skip to the middle of the broadcast. Is number 1 was make sacrifices. Number 2 was one move at a time. Number 3 was trust your skills. Number 4 was use your scars as a weapon. Number 5, focus on each day. And Rock Solar was definitely hinting to was number 6, and that's don't be afraid of confrontation. You can't be afraid of confrontation. I mean, every day you're gonna have to face, you're gonna have to square off with something. You're gonna have to face something. You got to overcome the fear if you don't want to be on a hangout. You got to overcome the fear if you don't want to talk to people about your business. You got to overcome the fear of what it's going to be like when you become wealthy. You got to overcome the fear of what it's going to be like when you become rich, because being rich and being wealthy are two different things. So you got to be ready to confront these things head on. Brothers, we're going to open up the floor. Don't be afraid of confrontation.
This Dawkins G, you know I'm always ready to talk. Um, Not being afraid of confrontation, ultimately that's facing your fear. It's not that none of us are concerned about any of the risk that's involved in getting into business. We know that the rewards for achieving these goals is worth the sacrifice that we have to make in the beginning. It's worth overcoming the obstacles that are involved in business. Um, when you receive the deposits, or when you get the returns from your investments and things like that, and knowing that you didn't have to trade your time for that, that your money went to work for you, or when someone else sees the opportunity, particularly somebody that you respect their opinion, and they decide that they want to join you, it also helps to validate that the vision that you have and what you're looking at these opportunities with, and how you're evaluating these opportunities. It helps you to understand that you're on point. That's a sign of leadership, being able to take action and guide others. If you look at the tagline for DawkinsG.com, it's learn, lead, and leverage. We all had to learn first to become the leaders that we are now. But leading doesn't mean that, all the rough places are smooth and everything goes the way we plan. Um, but we're not afraid to give ourselves a chance to succeed. If you never take your shot, you will never win. We talked on another hangout about how you can never win a game if you're always on defense. And the money game is something where you need to get on offense as soon as possible.
Well said, Dawkins. That was well said right there, man. It's like, man, that's powerful. I don't know if Roxo or Brother D want to comment, want to reflect on that as well. Now's the time.
Yeah, I'll just say one more thing towards that, because I'm looking at this from something else as well. That confrontation, being afraid of confrontation. If you're afraid of confrontation, that's like being scared to step into the ring, period. It doesn't matter what you're going against. It doesn't matter who you're going against. I like to bring this back to look at yourself. How do you see yourself? And how do you see what you're up against? If you're seeing yourself as someone small, insignificant, who can't accomplish anything, it's going back to believing in your skills. If you don't believe in your skills, you don't believe in yourself, then anything you're facing is going to look bigger than you. Anything you're facing is going to seem like it's stronger than you. It's more powerful than you. It's going to overtake you. Until you start removing that fear and have something that's bigger than your fear in yourself. You got to have a why that's bigger. You got to have a belief that's bigger. You got to have strength that's bigger. You got to have something that inside of you is bigger and pushing you beyond whatever challenges comes before you. Everybody, I love the story of David and Goliath. Everybody's going to have their Goliaths in their lives. But what you got to realize, and this is one word that came for me before, is there's going to be a Goliath there. But you know what? Giants do not guard small treasures. Okay? If it's a giant there for you to face, if there's something there that you need to confront, it's guarding something that's worth it. It's guarding something that you need to get to.
You gotta say that one more time. You gotta say that one more time so I can write it down. I was drinking water.
I said that if there's a giant there, everyone has the giants that they have to face. If you have a giant there, giants do not guard small treasures. They do not guard things that's not worth it. So if you have a giant, you need to face that giant. You have to go through that giant. You have to confront it. because through that giant is your treasure. Through that giant is that success or that goal that you're trying to reach. That may be the thing that sets you free, that sets your family free. If you're afraid to even confront the issue, you're afraid to confront a problem, you're afraid to confront whatever is opposing you in your way, then you're never going to achieve. You're never going to get it. You're always going to have the small things outside, knowing that you've been called to greater. You don't want that. And if your giant in this type of business comes in a form of a no, if those two letters scare you, if that's your confrontation, because I run into too many people that's their confrontation. Turn your confrontation into your strength. Don't be scared of no's. Go out and chase a no. That's how you flip that. You make that your strength. Chase a no. Hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what I got to do today until I get 10 no's. I ain't even chasing a yes. I'm going to chase 10 no's. Because hey, I'm not scared of no more. No don't even faze me. Matter of fact, I want you to tell me no. I need 10 of them. You gonna help me out? You gonna be my no for the day? That's how you gotta confront those things that you're afraid to confront. I'm not gonna let nothing or nobody stop me from getting what I need to achieve for myself, my family, and all generations that's looking up to me. Yeah. Now I dropped the mic on that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you drop the mic right there. You let them know, man. The alarm going off. They sounded the alarm on that one. The referee had to jump in and stop the fight. I don't know, Roxo. I don't know if you want to touch what he just said, Roxo. I don't know if you want to touch or follow that up, because them two, both of them just dropped some serious nuggets right there. They dropped more than the mic. They dropped the nuggets and they dropped the mic. I don't know if you want to chime in before we move into the next one. So he probably do the wrap up again like he did before. So we just talked about don't be afraid of confrontation. Now, Mr. D, he already started talking about this. Now we on number 7, right? Number 7, be competitive even when it's hard. You gotta be competitive even when it's hard work, right? So when you're talking about being competitive even when it's hard, man, I'm gonna let somebody else go on it first. Let somebody else go.
Okay, let's take a shot at this. Being competitive, even when it's hard. You know, that brings a question to my head. If it really ain't hard, then how is it competitive? I think those two pretty much go together. You know, you have this thing when you say somebody ain't no competition. If they ain't competitive and they ain't no competition, I don't even want to play. I don't even want to do that. So for me, those two kind of go together. If you're looking for easy, you might as well play yourself. You might as well be in it by yourself. You ain't gonna get nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like the risk. Little risk, little reward. No work, no gain. If you want to just look for easy, hey, go ahead and do something on the side that ain't gonna do nothing. Easy is not doing nothing. That's easy. It ain't gonna reward you for nothing. You ain't gonna get nothing out of it. So it gotta be hard for competition. You know what I'm saying? When be hard, be competitive even when it's hard. That's when you definitely want to be competitive. You want it to be hard. Any competitive person thrives off of competition. So, hey, come at me. The harder, the better. Because the harder you are, the better it's going to make me. Because if I got to step my game up 3 times to be able to challenge you, then that's not going to do nothing but make me stronger at the end of the day. So that's why you go ahead and you drive on. Be competitive even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, I would add. Be competitive. Give your best 110% because there is no fail unless you don't try with everything you got. If you try with everything you got, then the next time you're going to come back better and stronger than you was that time before. That's how you continually progress.
Yeah, that's where it's at right there. And as you know, I'm gonna provide a simple example. Simple example. Going against my brother and them in competition. Now they older than me. Why did I always play with them as opposed to playing with people my own age? Because when I played against people my own age, guess what? I'm a standout because I'm used to playing people that's older, people that's bigger, people that's stronger. You can't you can't expect to make it to the next level while dealing with next level people. That's why us on this call benefit each other. We all increasing each other. We not knocking each other down. We're building each other up. Dawkins G told you earlier. Everyone has said something to help them go to another step, to take the next step. I know Dawkins G ready to take the mic now, so I'm sit down.
Oh man, yeah. Now, being competitive, even when it's hard. Listen, particularly in business, and we talking about money. Um, the world is not going to cater to you. You already understand that. Everybody will tell you that life is hard or it's tough out here. People have that in their mind, in their mindset. I'm challenging everybody to change that. Don't speak that kind of vocabulary. Um, when it rains on everybody. When the stock market goes down, it goes down for everybody. But everybody is not losing. There are people who are still dry. People got umbrellas or whatever. The conditions of the world, the wind blows the same for everybody, but some of us have set a better sail. You can thrive and succeed even during tough times. Everybody is not, going bankrupt, and everybody is not losing their job. You have to think about that. Instead of wishing that things were easier, wish that you were better. I believe it's Jim Rohn had a quote like that. Um, Instead of wishing for no problems, wish that you have the answers, you have the solutions to get around these different challenges. Um, Being competitive even when it's hard, like Brother D said, if it's not difficult, if it was easy, it wouldn't be competitive. I mean, would there be no reason to put forth any effort? Everybody would be doing it, and if everybody can do it, it's not valuable. Think about that for a moment. Why? Why would you earn an income for something that everybody's
You
doing?
gotta say that
If you
again.
don't stick,
You gotta say that again. You gotta say that one more
yeah,
time.
if it's not, if everybody's doing it, then it's not valuable. Um, you have to think about this. If on your job, if you have the blessing of being able to have a job, because everybody has to start somewhere. Of course, I don't believe in jobs anymore. I believe in income. Um, but you had to learn the skills in order to be where you are on that job. If you've been working a job for 30 years and you've never gotten a promotion, you chose the wrong career. That's all I can say. Um, but being competitive I would say the first step in being competitive when things are tough is choosing something that you love to do. Follow your passion. Make an income out of something that you love, because it is too easy to quit. But if you have your heart involved, if you love the results, I know there are teachers, particularly here in the United States, they don't have incredible income, but they love the results that they get out of their students. It's about more than money. Even being in the middle class millionaires, I know we talk about business opportunities, we talk about increasing your income, but for us, it's more to it than money. Money just provides you options. So, what is the purpose of you having $1 million? If you're a jerk and you get $1 million, you're just gonna be a jerk with $1 million. It's more to it. Um, Being competitive speaks to the kind of heart you have as an individual, and that's where a lot of the personal development comes in. I know I'm going past my minute, but I just wanted to say that it has to be about more than money, because when you lose money, you'll quit. You'll be out. But for us, we've earned our way beyond those type of obstacles, beyond those type of challenges, and come into positive results now. We've hooked up with each other. You have a team of people who can provide advice and direction for you and warn you against bad opportunities. We've done the legwork. We've laid it out. If you follow any of the guys on this panel, they're not going to lead you into any scams. We're not going to lead you into anything wrong. It's the middle class millionaires, and this is what we do.
You almost had it right on time. There it is. Man, it's working out pretty well on here. As we went through, we already went through the top 5 with Kobe, and now we're on the second. Now we're on the second leg, kind of like what he did when he wore number 8, and now he's wearing number 24. So now we on that 24 leg of Kobe Bryant and his top 10 keys to success, right? So when we already did 1 through 5, we said number 6 was focus on each day. Number 6 was don't be afraid of confrontation. Then we talk about being competitive when it's hard. Now this is even when it's hard work. Now we're talking about is a real simple thing that he said. This was a really simple one right here, coming in the 8th spot. Just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. I mean, this should be a real easy and short one that everybody can reflect on right here. I'm going to start the clock. You guys, the floor is open.
It's always easy to quit. That's the easy for us. It's hard to make $1 million. And by following these paths, I think we're going to cut out a new person that's coming along time that they can make this money or so. I mean, if everybody could be rich, everybody would do it or so. I mean, for real. But by just following the path and the steps that we provide for people, I know I've learned so much. I've just gotten to network marketing over the last couple of months or so. And I know just listening to the tools from the middle class millionaires, I've learned light years from what I've just learned 30 days ago. So I'm going to just leave it at that and just, pass it on to somebody else.
Dawkins G, I'm just gonna make mine real short and sweet. In order to keep going, you first have to get started. That's the first point. And I made money since we started this hangout. You think I'm gonna stop now? I disagree.
And
Hey,
there you go.
yeah. I'm just gonna make it step in here on this too. As far as you just got to keep going. That success is there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep going. This is not just a short sprint. This is a marathon that we're running here. Okay, so it's simple as it said that the race is not given to the swift or the strong, but the one who endures to the end. How do you endure to the end? You just keep going. Keep going. You are going to win. You're already set on a path to win. You already have victory. Only thing you have to do is keep going right now. This is a game. I don't care if you want to call it rigged. I don't want to. If you care, you want to call it set up. You are already set to be the victor. You're already set to win. Only way you can lose is if you just give up the victory by default. You just don't even show up. You don't even do what you're supposed to do. As long as you do what you're supposed to do and you stay in the game, you're going to win, period. Just keep going. Just keep moving. One foot in front of the other. You're going to get to the finish line.
Man, I'm gonna give the updates. Since we're talking about Kobe. I predicted before the game that he was gonna make 52. He's at 45 right now. I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect from this guy? 20-year career, all the miles on his legs. What did you expect him to do? It's people who can't score 45 points in a game that's in the NBA, and if nobody played defense on, they still wouldn't make enough shots to make 45 points in the NBA. I just gotta tell the truth. There's people out there right now in the NBA, whether they playing defense, whether it's an all-star type game, they still can't score. This man got 45 points. He spent 20 years in the league, and that's where the 8, 24, 20 come from. When you add it up, it's going to be, what's that, 50? It's 52, I believe. So, yeah, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. I was like, Kobe is definitely going to go out. He going to get 50 or more. This is the last game of his ever. This is his last game ever in the NBA. That's what he's saying it's going to be. He wasn't going for nothing less than 50. So that brings us to the next point. I gotta restart the timer. Cause guess what? Kobe didn't start opening up and getting in social media. When Kobe got on social media, I knew his time was coming near, because Kobe hasn't been on social media that whole career, all that time of his career. He stayed with a different kind of mentality, different kind of attitude. That brings us to number 9. Thrive on being an outsider. Have you heard Rock Solar wrap up from the first 5? He talked about being at a cookout and nobody want to come close to you because they're going to say, "He about to pitch me this business. I already know." Guess what? I don't mind, because when I start making videos, I don't mind being outside. When I start making videos of me going to the ATM withdrawing $1,000 from one card, $1,000 from another card, $1,000 from another card, and then going to go buy something that's $5,000 from Bitcoin, I'm gonna enjoy being an outsider. I might like. How you think somebody like, I'm gonna use him, Rick Ross, a Fat Joe? You know their bodies is way out of shape, but they'll go topless in a second, because guess what? They reached a measure of success for themselves that it don't matter what you think. DJ Khaled too. He up there talking about you better wipe the water off your back because it's cold. It's cold out there. But open up the floor. Thrive on being an outsider. Number 9, Kobe Bryant has about 45. He's going for 50 or more. Let's go.
Thrive on being an outsider. You know what? That's where I definitely found myself at. Hey, like Rock Solar said, I know I'm different, and I like that fact. I thrive off of that, and I want to be different, because who wants to be an ant? Who wants to be that, feel like you're an ant and you got 100 million copies of you? You got everybody who can do the same thing you do, say the same thing you say, talk the way you talk, walk the way you walk. What's going to be special about you? Why would you be trying to be somebody else? Why would you want to make somebody else like you? Let people be themselves and make sure you being you. Can't nobody do that. I recognize that I'm unique. I am beautifully made and created, crafted by the hands of the master. I don't want to be like nobody else. I want to be singled out, because I'm a peculiar generation. I want people to look at me and say, well, man, there's something different about him. There's something special about him, because and those things are what they say about something that is unique. They don't say that about the things that you can find everywhere you go. See, for that special thing, for that unique thing, people will fly millions of miles to go get it. They fly around the world. They will search for it for years and years and years. They will spend all their life savings to get it. That specialness comes from being valued, from being different. That's where the value is, in being different. And even great leaders know that they love teams that are different, that are filled with different people, that are diversified. Because why? When you have that diversified team, that means you don't have to be an expert at everything. You don't have to have all the knowledge, for everything, because you might have one person in the team that has the knowledge in each area. So that's why you're a team. And when you come together, now you have everything complete. Now you have every need being fulfilled, everything being met, because you have different people. So that's why I pride and have some value in that difference.
Dawkins G, I know you're itching to get at this one right here.
Yeah, man. Look, thrive on being an outsider. If you know anything about Kobe, and this is his list that we're speaking on. Um, when Kobe came into the league, he's been making NBA money since high school. When Kobe first came into the NBA, if it wasn't for the rule about dribbling, Kobe wouldn't let the ground touch the ball. He didn't pass the ball to anybody. It was 1-on-5 whenever he got the ball. Um, Kobe was different. He was an outsider, though. I would say an outsider because whenever they went on the road, he got booed. He didn't get booed uh, because he couldn't play basketball. It wasn't about his performance on the court, other than the fact that he's beating your home team into the ground. Kobe got booed because he would put it in their face. He was arrogant about it. He carried himself differently than they felt he was supposed to. You know, they expect you to be humble. They expect you to, show some respect and this kind of thing. But when Kobe, he was very young, he didn't have that. Ultimately, I don't think of myself as normal. We're all individuals. We all have things that are very unique about us. But my results didn't change until my mindset changed, until I embraced my difference from the people around me. My opinions about finances, about money. Um, your results aren't going to change until you change your financial thermostat. Stop thinking, I understand altruism and being selfless, and that's a part of my personal development. But until you start to take action to ensure your own results and your own future, your own income, uh, it's never going to change. You keep doing what you've been doing, you keep getting what you've always got. Brother D brought that to us on last night. Um, there's an incredible amount of information for you to learn, and you can't be intimidated by that. But when you start to change, when your attitude starts to change, when your income starts to change, you'll notice that you'll become an outsider to the people that are around you right now. People are friends because they share the same problems. If I'm broke and you broke, we friends because we broke. We share that. We have that in common. But you need to get around people who are different from you, people who have the results that you want to achieve. And you'll find out that group gets smaller and smaller because the middle class thousandaires, there's a million of them, but there's only a handful of middle class millionaires.
I like that. Starting off at middle class thousandaires. As y'all can see, Shaq and Kobe had beef. They were on the outside from each other after Shaq left, and Shaq won the championship with Dwayne Wade. Kobe was like, "Oh, I could do it again," and Kobe sitting on 49 right now, which brings us to our next point. Because number 10 is compete with yourself. Dawkins G already said it. When Kobe came in the league, they booed him because he was arrogant about it. He didn't mask it. He was who he was, how he was, and he went for it. And there it is. He's about to come out the game. As you can see, that's 51. So now he just need one more. He need one more to say what I said, but he's getting over 50 points. So he already got over 50 points, and here we go. But we talking about competing with yourself. That's why they didn't like him. They could have been up by 20, and guess what? Kobe's still shooting the lights out because he didn't care about that team. He cared about what he going to do in the history book. He cared about where I'm going, what I need to do to win this championship. The man got 51. He's been in the league for 20 years. Man, I would have fouled him so hard if I was on that court because I would feel like I shouldn't allow this to happen. He's tired. He's working hard. They didn't allow it to happen. He's making it happen because he's all these things that we talk about on this list. As we come down to number 10, we go back to number 1. There it is. He got 53. They might as well get that man a standing O right now. It's a minute 23 seconds left. I was off. Sorry, Las Vegas, for my Las Vegas prediction of Kobe going out with 52. He exceeded what I thought he was going to do because he's Kobe Bryant. He made sacrifices. He took one move at a time. He trusted his skills. He used his scars as his weapon. He focused on each day. He wasn't afraid to confront anybody or anything. He had to be competitive. He's still competitive. They out.
He just hit a three.
Look, he's doing it again. Look, the man is still competitive. They nowhere near the playoffs. This ain't no championship.
The man wants to win his last game.
That's it. He like, we going fight this thing out because I'm not going out with no L for my last game. So it's not. That's why he getting more than 50 points. If they was winning, he would have got 52. But
He's
because
taking
they
over.
losing,
You seeing flashes of the old Kobe, and look at him. He's absolutely spent.
he is dripping. He's dripping with the sweat, man. He is in there. He locked in. Man, we can unmute and just go on and on about this thing because
Well, we
compete
get down
with
to the
yourself.
last few seconds of his career. This is history right here. You got to see
Compete with yourself. He not going out like no sucker. He
and
like
competing with yourself. And can I add something in there because I think competing with yourself is how you progress. I don't have to be or don't consider myself to be. I don't strive to be better than anybody else. I just strive to be better than who I used to be. There's a saying that I used to say all the time. I may not be where I want to be, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. And if you're not growing, you're dying. You have to keep that in mind. If you're not making any efficient action every day, then you're going backwards. Because while you're asleep, there are people who are up, coming up with ways to get your money out of your pocket. You got to know that. And if you're not participating in that game, you're going to be paying that price.
Right. Because Kobe said, "I'm competing with myself." They said people claimed that he was washed up. People claimed he was done. And guess who got the ball? It's about 15 on the shot clock, 35 seconds on the real clock. Pull up, smash, splash time. The Lakers take the lead because he's not worried about nobody else but himself right now. Because that's what he do.
This is the Kobe Bryant show, ladies and gentlemen. He's showing you what it takes to be a champion in a game that means absolutely nothing for the season. This is all about Kobe Bryant tonight, and he has brought the Lakers all the way back. He's beating Utah by himself.
That's right. That man is not. He's not holding back. He said, "If I'm gonna go out, I'm going out on top."
Has he missed a shot in the fourth quarter? I don't think he's missed one yet.
I don't think so, man. Because he like, forget this. There's no way they're gonna send me home. Send me on my. I'm not riding to the sunset with a gunshot in me. I'm going all the way. I'm riding the sunset with the victory, as Brother D said earlier. Kobe like, oh, we could win this.
He's also showing the rest of his team how far you have to dig deep within yourself, and the effort that you have to put forth just to win the last game of the season. It's not even a playoff game or a championship game, but the level that he has taken it to, you can see it. The rest of his team is sitting back watching. They get the rebound, and they can't wait to give it to Kobe.
Right. They wish they was on the sideline right now. It wasn't in the game. Because now they standing still, and Kobe doing what Kobe used to do back in the day. It's 5-on-1 again.
Right, exactly. He is not You can rest assured he is not passing that ball right now.
I'm going to win this thing.
He
Just
got,
like he told Dwight Howard. When
and the
he,
referees know it. He got moving picks and everything. They not calling nothing. Just let Kobe do what he got to do. Right?
they can't call a moving pick. The person don't know that they the pick. They're trying to watch too. Everybody's standing up. Here come the defense.
The last 30 seconds of the Kobe Bryant era, and I have
It
personally
is.
enjoyed. Look at that.
And
Look
this
at
is
that.
the storybook ending right here, folks.
I have enjoyed watching this young man. Uh, Lakers fan, so just put it out there. Live on the Google Hangout. You're looking at the end of an era. 58 points hanging on Utah tonight. The stars are all out in Hollywood. Lakers teammates that he's played with over the years. Um, you're looking at greatness. Michael Jordan kind of passed the torch off to Kobe, and Kobe's carried it this far, and the burden is heavy. 5 championship rings, and he can't carry it no more. It
Right.
looks like Steph Curry's up next, though.
Right. They keep on saying LeBron is the king. But I tell people, LeBron ain't got nothing on Kobe, man. The time and the mileage is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. This man gonna have 60 points. This is ridiculous, man. Let's see one go out with this odd number. They're gonna get the ball back one more time. Utah about to go down here and try to jack up something, then they're gonna have to foul. We talked about it yesterday, and now we can talk about it right now, man. We talked about. Oh, he passed. What a way to end your career. You passed the ball, Kobe. You passed the ball.
The 20-year veteran is even. He take over the game, score 60 points, but then in the last seconds of his career, he showed some selflessness. He showed what he learned in 20 years. Pass the ball.
Pass the ball. And
His,
now it's time to get the
his
standing low.
his last effort in the NBA was an assist. Think about that for just a minute.
There you go. That's what he started with right there. Man, if this was a couple months from now, guess what would happen? We wouldn't be sitting here watching on TV on the Google Hangout. We've been doing the Hangout in Staples Center.
Live from the Staples Center.
Because we would have had them tickets. For sure.
Now, the game is one celebration. I'm concerned about the parties after the game. Look at the celebrities. Look at the family. It's just a love fest going on for Kobe Bryant right now. And I can't stop mentioning the fact that this game means absolutely nothing to anybody except Kobe.
That's it. It's the best way to go. Like, I know the opponents can't help themselves, but to be like, I can't believe I'm a part of this. This is gonna be my favorite loss I ever took in my career, right here.
Flashes of greatness. I liked one of the quotes by Trevor Ariza. He said, the first time I played him, he had 40. The last time I played him, he had 35. So it must mean I'm getting a little better.
Get that standing up. I mean, there's only a couple people in
On your
sports.
feet. He goes out with 4.1 seconds left in the game.
There's
A
only a
career,
couple people in
five
sports that I
rings for the
respect like
Lakers.
that, man.
That's a career. That's a job well done. And
Amen.
I don't think this is the last you're gonna see of Kobe. Maybe not playing basketball for the NBA, but he definitely got some things lined up. He'd probably be the next Magic Johnson / Shaquille O'Neal businessman out here.
I mean, they brought Ron Artest back just for this.
I need to call him and see if he want to sign up for Amazing Five.
I mean, this is the thing. What you expect a guy to do that can speak 4 languages? There's an icon. He could go anywhere in the world pretty much right now. I mean, him and Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol can speak 6 languages. Kobe speaking 4 languages fluently.
And look at this. The game's over, but Kobe is interested in getting out there shaking hands with the other team. He's greeting his teammates.
Cause guess what? He not leaving them behind, man. They might be losers right now, but guess what? They all just got a piece of Kobe that's going to sell them to their next level.
Imagine being the guy who sat on the bench all year on one of Kobe Bryant's teams.
They practiced with him every day and didn't get in the game. Now what
I
happens
played
next year?
ball with Kobe Bryant, who helped the LA Lakers shine a little brighter. The city of Los Angeles, man. This is it's a good moment right here.
You know it's major. My father is up at 1:03 in the morning texting me about Kobe scoring 60.
Right. And
My
we
dad
live
is
on the
up.
hangout. We live on the middle class millionaires hangout discussing the Lakers game. This this never happens. We went through all of Kobe's 10. Did we do all 10?
Yeah, that was number 10. Compete with yourself. That's what Kobe just did. That's
Kiss the
he,
family.
you
Yeah.
don't score 60 unless you absolutely have to because you're not going out
You
with no
know,
L.
you know how I feel bad for? I feel bad for his wife. Because every time basketball come on, he gonna be talking to her about how he used to do.
Oh man, true that.
Wow, man, he couldn't do that when I was in the league.
Got all those people
Is it?
there that got rings with Kobe.
Right. And the effort that he put in tonight shows you they just had to be there. Just get the ball and give it to Kobe.
Well, folks, make sacrifices, one move at a time. Trust your skills. Use your scars as a weapon. Focus on each day. Don't be afraid of a confrontation. Be competitive, even when it's hard. Just keep going. Thrive on being an outsider and compete with yourself. We signing off. This is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron. I don't know if you guys want to say goodbye or not.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We lost a couple millionaires. This Dawkins G from Residual Networks reminding you to learn, lead, and then leverage your efforts all the way to $1 million in 2016. Let's do it.
It's
Good night and
Mr.
good morning.
D with MrDNAPaycation.com. And just want to give you the nugget that we leaving you with tonight. Compete with yourself to make the better you. Come up with the best you that you can be. That's all that you can really do. Compete with yourself. Be better. Kobe showed you how. Let's get it.
Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, where I say, uh, man, what do I say? Be confident, be smart, be fruitful, and multiply. And when you start, you don't stop. You gotta be consistent. Kobe Bryant consistency until you achieve your goals. Good night, good morning. We'll see you on the next call.